It is day 19 of our 21-day challenge. I am doing my journaling, reviewing my intentions for today. The yogi, the author and channeler, the entrepreneur, the mother and partner, the team player, they're all called to today's playing field. Each one has a role to play. I'm observing the distracted one. To be honest, sometimes I get so tired of her. I know her so well. She tries to sneak up on me, disrupting my intentions. I am observing the dance between the old and the new. I have put some clear no-goes in place. I keep away from the news and the internet other than related to my tasks. I tie myself to the mast. This is a lovely concept that I read about in Great at Work, a book by Morten Hansen. A clear go is to catch her and bring myself back to my schedule. What is important is to not allow her to chew up too much of my bandwidth. I know her story well. She's one of my elastic bands. She stems from extreme discipline and being disciplined growing up. The old story is seeking to compensate. The thing is just, I'm not 14 anymore. I allow her to walk next to me. Instead of locking her up in the basement, I'm giving her a room with a view so she can learn to relax and experience the magic of our journey, a magic that she has been part of co-creating. Today I would like to invite you into another important chapter in my coaching manual, the purpose chapter. What makes sense can be pursued. We've been affirming our values and key roles, writing down our positive focus statements, creating our vision maps, and we've been watching the dance of the old and the new very closely. Awakening to the practice of giving meaning to our entire experience, and I mean all of it, is one of the big keys in living a life of purpose. What makes sense can be pursued. It is also what opens our hearts so that we can appreciate life in a full spectrum. It's an interesting balance, like the example with my 2014 armed robbery, which I spoke about on day 10. I don't wish it upon anyone, and I don't want another one. But I know how important it was for my awakening to so much more, and it added important ingredients to my depth coaching toolkit when I deeply connected to the significance of the release process. Another example is when we lost our beloved Torsten. My kids lost their dad, and I lost my dear friend in the 2002 car accident. Daniel was only 6 and Natalie was 3 years old. I remember it as if it was yesterday when the police was knocking at my door at 1 a.m. Everything broke into pieces in that moment, and the life we knew wasn't anymore. We were catapulted into a new season. I'm writing about it in my new book, Garden of Awakening, in a chapter that I call The Burglary on My Beliefs. Torsten's death became a catalyst for creating the Responsible Individual Toolkit and coaching methodology, an invitation to learn the art of self-healing, self-guidance, self-love, and self-leadership. The door was wide open for healing to take place. I was called to sit with her, the anxiety, not just once, but whenever she called for my attention. It is within the hosting process that I gave birth to one of my most treasured gratitude rituals. It is a strong pillar in my circles of change. Life is like a garden. I have learned to plant flowers in every single experience. especially the difficult ones. When I give thanks for their teaching, it changes the energy that is resident in me. Every single moment makes up the sum of who I choose to be today. For me, there is no overcoming without gratitude for the challenge itself. Now it is your turn. Map some of the difficult experiences in your life. Add a flower to each one of them, symbolizing something you have learned from it. Repeat the exercise over and over again. Begin to notice how everything you have learned is a puzzle piece in a bigger picture, a purpose unfolding. Honor each moment in your life by giving meaning to it and allowing purpose to come alive.